Welcome to the Southwestern Randolph Middle School online instrumental music meeting. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Mr. Butler, Mr. Kenny Butler. I want to thank you for being here tonight. I've been teaching band at Southwest Middle now for 5 years, and this is going to be our most unique year ever. And because it's our most unique year ever, I think it's going to be our most successful year ever. With great challenges come the opportunity for great advancements, I think. It's my pleasure to share and involve both you, your child, in our music program. We have a long-standing tradition of excellence in music performance. Starting our recruitment for band instruments early allows us to have a really successful beginning of the year. So I plan to start music lessons with instruments on August 24th. So it's important that you have all your supplies and instrument by then. But also note that if we start the year with online instruction, or if we have some sort of weird modified schedule, I might have to reevaluate when we start with instruments. And that affects the bottom dollar of when they get issued to you if you rent through Music and Arts. Each day, kids are going to play their instruments. We're not going to take days off. We don't watch videos hardly ever. It's a lot of horn on the face. To support their new talent at home, practice is going to be required. Starting with a quality instrument will make that practicing a lot easier. I recommend renting an instrument to begin with. Some of you may have instruments that may be tucked away that you played as a child. Repairs can far outweigh how much it costs to rent at start. Renting is a terrific option to measure your child's interest and also give you, the parents, a physical safety net. Besides the instrument, your child will also need a lesson book. We use the Tradition of Excellence Book 1. It's the red book. It's the one you saw in the video, if you had a chance to see that. I highly suggest you also purchase a music stand. It's really tough to practice with the red book on a flimsy location, so a music stand will make that a lot more comfortable for your child to practice. You can get a music stand with the Gardinelli starter pack, which is what comes at the end of the rental session. At the end of this meeting, it's in the checkout process. It's a one-time purchase and it pays for itself really well. So speaking of the rental process and all that, we partner with Music and Arts, who is our preferred rental and repair provider. They've been servicing our school for over 30 years now and have done an excellent job providing quality musical instruments and all the accessories that I've ever needed. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Kim Summers, and he's going to share with you how to get through the rapid rental program. Take it over, Kim.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Kim Summers, and on behalf of Music and Arts, I am proud to serve as the educational representative for Southwest Randolph Middle School. I would really like to thank Mr. Butler tonight for the opportunity to share our rapid rental program today. In addition, thank you parents, grandparents, and friends for all being here. We are so glad that you are supporting a student's interest in music. Since 1952, filling the world with music has been our vision. We are the leading instrumental music provider chosen by educators across the country. Over 200 educational representatives, 200 plus retail stores, and 300 rapid rental affiliates support the start of nearly 250,000 new school musicians each year. In fact, we have locations to help ensure local support for you and your child's program. Our local presence combined with our online offerings and my personal service makes us the most accessible, convenient, and affordable provider for you. Some of the highlights of our rapid rental program are 100% of your rental payments apply towards the purchase of the instrument. We have a maintenance plan that covers repairs while you're renting the instrument. We offer special purchase discounts that are exclusively available to our rental customers. And we also have the preferred instrument brands, books, and supplies for Mr. Butler's class. You may return or exchange the instrument at any time with no penalty. Renting with us is really simple. $9.99 covers your first month for most instruments, and then it's only $28 a month after that. 1 cent covers the first month of our maintenance plan, and then it's just $7 a month after that. One item of note before everybody begins the rental process. We need to select fall delivery, which means that the instrument will be delivered to the school at a date that's been chosen by Mr. Butler. I want you to also remember that the rental payments do not start until after you receive the instrument, until like a month after you receive the instrument. Well, that's it for right now. I'm going to share with you at this time 3 different ways that you can start the rental process and complete the rental process tonight. I'm going to share with you now just three ways that you can start a process.
And if you've seen the chat, Mr. Davis, another music and arts representative, shared a link.
Yes, and that's Mr. Davis. Thank you so much for being here. And he, in the chat room, he has shared a link with you that you can click on that link and it'll take you right to the preferred instrument preferences for Mr. Butler. You can also use this musicandarts.com rentals and enter this quick code, or with an iPhone, you can just scan the code and it'll take you right to the rental preferences. I'm going to keep this up. Please stay logged into the event while you're completing your rental. If you have any questions, you can go to the chat room and ask me. Mr. Davis is helping, and Mr. Butler as well, and we'll try to answer all your questions. Also, if you'll notice at the bottom, there's my email address, and you can contact me too for any kind of questions you have. After the event is over, you can reach me at that email address, but please make sure Mr. Butler in the chat room and myself know that you've finished your rental. And again, we're here for any kind of questions that you would like to ask. And I'm just going to keep this up for a little while, let you see it. And again, I want to thank Mr. Butler so much for giving us the opportunity tonight to discuss our program and help us with our mission to fill the world with music. We really do appreciate it. Remember, again, we don't start payments until after you receive the instrument at your school. So you'll not be paying over the summer for it until you receive the horn.
One of the things that I want to encourage you to do, parents, is you're checking out the instruments themselves and going through the checkout process. If you decide to go that route, the LDW, essentially the repair plan, every single student that I've seen with an instrument from music and arts at some point in their 3 years in middle school have had to use that, not because of the instrument being not a great quality, but because things just happen. And the great news is that one-time repair usually pays for the entire set of payments that you put into it. So think of it like buying a vehicle and getting the extended warranty, where you don't have to worry about repairs for a certain amount of time. It works the same exact way, except it's not nearly as expensive. And again, when the child does need a repair, if that happens, they will get a loaner instrument for music and arts, and it'll happen usually next day or as quickly as possible, and to make sure that students have the ability to play every single day in band. The way that the repair process works is that Mr. Summers comes to the school and picks up the instrument and takes it to the repair hub in Burlington. And they have a warehouse and set of professional technicians that take care of repairs there. I know several of them personally, and they do fantastic work. And so what happens is when I text, usually the way it happens is this. A student brings me their instrument. It's beyond my quick fix repair. I send Mr. Summers a text, and then in the next day or so, he'll show up with his van, a loaner instrument in hand. He'll give it to me to give to the student. He'll take the instrument from me. It'll be back in a couple weeks, and the student still has a chance to play their instrument every day in band, and their instrument comes back good as new. If you order the instrument and the book together and do the rental checkout, everything comes to the school at the same time when I tell Mr. Summers to send it. And that includes the book, the Garden LA starter pack, and the instrument, those things that you purchase or start paying for. So yeah, they show up at the same time. There won't be any delay.